The 1954 Ford Crestline Sunliner Convertible stands today as one of those rare creations where classic post-war design and modern engineering meet in perfect harmony. It is a car that speaks to an era when American automotive styling reached its golden age. An age of chrome, sweeping curves, and open-top confidence, while also delivering the usability and reliability expected from a finely restored modern cruiser. This particular Sunliner, fully restored from the frame-up and tastefully updated with carefully selected mechanical improvements, captures that delicate balance between reverence for history and the desire for present-day drivability. Every contour, every stitch, and every mechanical choice reflects not only craftsmanship but also a clear vision to keep the soul of the 1950s alive in a machine that glides through today's roads with grace, comfort, and vigor. The first impression of this 1954 Ford Crestline Sunliner is nothing short of breathtaking. Draped in a luminous pearl white finish, its paint glows with a refined warmth, the kind that only comes from endless hours of body preparation and meticulous polishing. The glossy surface accentuates the car's gentle curves and the restrained elegance of Ford's design philosophy during that era. Where other cars of the 1950s flaunted flamboyance, the Crestline Sunliner exuded confidence through proportion and subtle detailing. The way light dances across its fenders and over its long hood suggests both power and poise. The deep chrome bumpers gleam like mirrors, perfectly framing the body and setting off the smooth pearl white panels. Along the sides, bright polished trim lines run uninterrupted, a glinting contrast that ties together the car's flowing silhouette. Above it all sits a burgundy soft top, rich, bold, and beautifully stitched. The top's deep color acts as a counterpoint to the creamy exterior, creating a timeless two-tone pairing that defines elegance. Lowering it transforms the car from a pristine showpiece into an invitation to adventure, promising the simple joy of wind, sun, and the rhythmic thrum of a V8 engine. Whether parked under showroom lights or gliding along a coastal boulevard, the Sunliner has that effortless aura that draws both enthusiasts and casual admirers alike. Its presence is enhanced by the set of chrome steel wheels with Ford spinner caps, a subtle nod to period-correct style yet paired with modern radial tires for an improved stance and superior ride comfort. These wheels, polished to perfection, reflect the surrounding world as the car moves, pavement, sky, and landscape blending in their mirrored surfaces. The radial tires give a slight but purposeful update to the Sunliner's posture, offering both better grip and a more controlled feel on the road. They serve as a bridge between classic appearance and contemporary handling, ensuring that the beauty of the 1950s doesn't mean the compromise of 1950s driving limitations. Step inside, and the magic continues. The interior of this Sunliner is a carefully curated space that captures the warmth and charm of vintage luxury, reinterpreted for today's comfort. The tan leather upholstery, supple and fragrant, immediately signals craftsmanship. Its two-tone motif gives the cabin depth and character, playing off the pearl white exterior with an inviting richness. The seats are generously padded, their stitching perfectly aligned, their surfaces gleaming faintly under the sunlight. It feels less like stepping into an antique and more like entering a timeless lounge, where nostalgia and refinement coexist in complete harmony. The dashboard, restored and enhanced, becomes the centerpiece of this cabin. Ford's original design cues are preserved, including the brushed metal trim that shimmers softly behind the steering wheel. It's easy to imagine the pride Ford must have felt in 1954 when this dashboard was first unveiled, a marvel of post-war optimism and craftsmanship. But here, it's been reimagined with the care of a modern artisan. The Stewart Warner gauge cluster provides precise, reliable readings, discreetly integrating modern technology into the vintage setting. Beside it, the controls for Ford's original Magic Air system remain in place, a charming reminder of the car's historic innovation in climate comfort. Yet the owner of the Sunliner need not rely on 1950s ventilation. A vintage air system is seamlessly built in, offering efficient air conditioning and heating for all-weather usability without disturbing the car's authentic aesthetic. Everywhere you look, form meets function with elegance. The billet steering wheel, a work of art in itself, feels substantial yet refined in the hands, smooth to the touch and perfectly balanced. The carpeting beneath your feet is not merely fitted but sculpted. Its texture chosen to complement the leather and echo the craftsmanship of bespoke tailoring. Even the stitching of the carpet lines follows deliberate symmetry, the mark of a build executed with passion rather than routine. The door panels, the instrument knobs, and even the placement of the modern Pioneer sound system components show how carefully the builder respected the car's spirit while enhancing its practicality. The Pioneer system, integrated discreetly, ensures that the Sunliner's soundtrack need not be limited to the purr of its engine, though that sound alone might satisfy many drivers. Beneath the Sunliner's sculpted hood lies its true heart, a 381 cubic inch V8 engine, bored .030 over and meticulously tuned to deliver both power and refinement. The visual impact of this engine bay speaks volumes about the care invested in the restoration. Every hose, every wire, and every fastener appears intentionally placed, combining mechanical order with aesthetic beauty. The 4-barrel carburetor breathes life into the motor with smooth, eager response, while the MSD electronic ignition ensures modern reliability and consistent firing, eliminating the fickleness that once plagued early ignition systems. This engine is not merely a piece of machinery. It is a living homage to the golden age of the American V8, rebuilt to run stronger and more efficiently than ever before. What makes the Sunliner's mechanical configuration so appealing is the balance it achieves between nostalgia and performance. The engine rumbles with a rich, throaty tone, thanks to the custom dual exhaust system, but it idles smoothly, a testament to careful tuning. Press the accelerator, and it responds with a surge of energy, not the raw, unpredictable thrust of a drag racer, but the smooth, confident pull of a well-mannered cruiser. It's the kind of car you can drive for hours, the kind of sound that blends into the rhythm of your journey rather than overpowering it. The Tremec 5-speed manual transmission plays a major role in defining this Sunliner's driving experience. It transforms the way power is delivered, allowing for precise control and relaxed highway cruising. Each gear engages with mechanical assurance, offering the driver both connection and convenience. Unlike the original column-shifted 3-speed, this gearbox allows the V8 to stretch its legs, making highway travel effortless and spirited driving truly engaging. When paired with the Ford 9-inch Posey differential, the power delivery becomes as consistent as it is thrilling. Whether merging onto a freeway or coasting through a small-town main street, the Sunliner responds with poise, confidence, and unmistakable character. Handling, too, has been thoughtfully modernized. The Mustang 2 front end provides a foundation of stability, offering independent suspension geometry that vastly improves steering precision and comfort over the stock setup. Adjustable coilovers fine-tune the ride height and damping, letting the car achieve the perfect balance between stance and smoothness. Power steering brings lightness to the driver's touch, while power disc brakes at all 4 corners ensure that stopping power matches performance capability. These upgrades are not mere conveniences. They represent the builder's understanding that true drivability comes from more than horsepower. It comes from the harmony of all mechanical systems working together, delivering confidence at every turn and stoplight. On the open road, the experience is transformative. With the top down, wind gently tousling your hair and the sun reflecting off the gleaming chrome, the 1954 Ford Crestline Sunliner becomes more than transportation. It becomes a time capsule with a pulse. The steering feels intuitive, the brakes respond with precision, and the suspension glides over imperfections that would once have rattled older classics. There's an undeniable joy in the way the car moves, a sense of floating on history while fully grounded in the present. The Tremec gearbox encourages driver engagement, rewarding smooth shifts with a satisfying mechanical rhythm. The sound from the dual exhaust deepens as speed rises, filling the air with the unmistakable growl of American steel and combustion. It is mechanical poetry, the kind of experience that can only come from a car built with both soul and skill. What separates this Sunliner from countless restorations is the thoroughness of its reimagination. The term frame-off restoration is often used, but in this case, it's an understatement. Every component of this car has been either restored, upgraded, or re-engineered with intention. The chassis was stripped to bare metal, reinforced, and refinished to ensure strength and longevity. The wiring harness was replaced with modern equivalents for reliability, while retaining the original routing and appearance. Even the hardware, bolts, fasteners, clips, was either replated or replaced with exact reproductions. It's the kind of build that reveals new details with every glance, each element a small chapter in a much larger story of dedication. This meticulous approach carries through to the smallest touches. The alignment of body panels is laser straight, the gaps even and tight, the doors closing with a satisfying, solid click rather than a hollow clatter. The hood and trunk operate with precision, demonstrating the effort taken to perfect the car's fitment. The chrome trim, which runs the risk of overpowering lesser restorations, is balanced here, bright but never garish. It enhances rather than competes, complementing the pearl white paint and giving the car a refined presence that feels both nostalgic and fresh. The pearl white paint itself is a masterstroke. It's not the stark, clinical white seen on modern cars, but a soft, pearlescent tone that shifts subtly under light, sometimes warm, sometimes cool, always captivating. Under sunlight, it radiates depth. Under streetlights, it glows with a quiet elegance. Achieving such a finish requires not only premium materials but also patience and artistry. Layers of primer, color, and clear coat must be meticulously applied and sanded to perfection, each stage revealing more luster and depth. It's this level of care that separates a show-quality restoration from an ordinary one. And yet, despite its showroom perfection, this Sunliner was clearly built to be driven. The combination of modern mechanical components and restored vintage aesthetics means it can confidently handle long-distance cruising, warm summer nights, or weekend car shows. It is both performer and sculpture, mechanical art meant to move, both literally and emotionally. Sit behind the wheel and the world outside changes. The dashboard instruments come alive in soft glows, the engine hums reassuringly, and for a moment, time seems to blur. You are transported to the 1950s, yet everything works better than it ever did back then. That, ultimately, is the triumph of this build. It doesn't simply recreate the past, it redefines it. The builder respected the soul of the 1954 Ford Crestline Sunliner, preserving its post-war grace, its optimism, its chrome-laden beauty, but he or she also gave it the heart and lungs of a machine meant for today's world. In doing so, this Sunliner becomes a bridge between generations. It reminds older enthusiasts of what once was, while showing younger drivers what timeless craftsmanship truly means. When you see it in motion, the pearl white body gliding effortlessly over asphalt, the burgundy top tucked neatly away, you realize how enduring good design can be. The lines of the fenders, the gentle slope of the rear deck, the sparkle of the chrome, all seem to tell a story of American ambition, of a country that once built cars not just for function but for beauty, pride, and joy. And now, 7 decades later, those ideals live again in this meticulously restored masterpiece. This 1954 Ford Crestline Sunliner Convertible is more than a car. It's a philosophy made metal. It stands as proof that restoration is not merely about preservation but about reinterpretation, about ensuring that history continues to breathe, roar, and shine. Every time its engine fires, every time its polished surfaces catch the light, it reminds us why we fall in love with automobiles in the first place. Because sometimes, in a world of digital screens and silent electric motors, nothing compares to the visceral pleasure of a V8's rhythm, the gleam of chrome, and the freedom of an open road beneath a wide, endless sky.